Alright, so I know I am long overdue on this review series, as I should have done it back in August, but what was I doing around August? Oh, I was unpacking a bunch of my crap into my bedroom, which I honestly wish I took a before and after picture of what it looks like, because now it is filled to the brim. I actually want to do a room tour video before I do an official house tour on our new place. And also, yes, this is brand new. I just bought me and my mom bought the shelf, like, I think yesterday or 2 days. No, yeah, definitely yesterday. Okay, it's almost midnight. I better make this quick. But still, though, I'm still working out on displaying it. But so far, as you can see, I have my popcorn bucket of Deadpool Wolverine and my Spider-Man No Way Home Lego set and the Batman up here in Harry Potter. Still, I'm working it out, just trying to see. Alright, yeah, I'm vibing with this. But with that being said, so I guess stay tuned for a room tour video whenever basically whenever everything's like, yeah. And also, I need to figure out where I'm gonna want to film videos. Mainly the background. I don't know if you're down for this background or the background over there. I don't know. I just need to figure out what is going to be my background for the rest of my videos whenever I'm like filming reviews or topics and everything else. But I definitely would like to find a place where I can display Funko Pops. If it's like, oh, I'm talking about Venom The Last Dance, I'm gonna bring my Funko Pop of Venom. Which, technically, those are Funko Pops of Venom Let There Be Carnage. Still, with that out of the way, I guess stay tuned for a room tour video whenever I have everything sellable. With that being said. So yeah, again, like I've said, I'm long overdue on this review series. Alien Romulus has, well, it's no longer playing in theaters, at least I don't think. I don't know when it'll be hitting Hulu or Disney Plus, but just... Still, though, I meant to do this around, like, August when the movie was releasing, but obviously, like I mentioned, I was busy unpacking a bunch of stuff around August. And why am I doing it now, as I'm long overdue? Well, once it's November 7th, we will be 1 year away from Predator Badlands releasing in the theaters, which is the next Predator movie in the series, which I guess be Predator 6. And for this review series, in preparation for Romulus at the time period, I was going to review Alien 1 to 4 in one video, Predator 1 to 4 in one video, and then AVP 1 to 2, and then Prometheus... Oh my god, I forgot how to pronounce it. And then Alien Covenant in one video. And then the last one being a double review of Prey and Alien Romulus. And since we're getting a new Predator movie next year, I feel like, damn, I should have saved my Predator video for next year. But screw it, I'm gonna do it anyways. And besides, Alien and Predator are in the same universe. We've gotten 2 versus movies, and I'm hearing we may get a 3rd movie, which is about damn time. But with that out of the way, hello everyone, welcome back to another movie review on the channel. This is going to be another quadruple movie review. Not the first time I've done it. Actually, it's something new I've now started to do recently this year. First was, I guess, Ghostbusters 1 to 4, and then The Planet of the Apes 1 to 4, and I don't know what other else I'm missing, as I cannot think right now. I'm too lazy to think. Plus, I have been up all night just cleaning out everything in my closet and my bins, and just... Oh jeez, I need to sleep for like 15 hours straight. But for this video, I'm going to be talking about Aliens, Alien 3, and then Alien Resurrection. Technically, I should have already made this video like pretty much yesterday, but I've been busy. And then right after I had this video, I guess stay tuned for a possible movie vlog of me going to watch John Wick for its 10th year anniversary, which I still have the wig, by the way. But anyways, quick background on my knowledge with aliens. I should certainly save this for whenever I get to part 3 of my review series, but the first Alien movie I had watched was Alien Covenant. Now, I have an interesting story about that, but all you need to know is that first time watching that, yeah, I could see why those movies had scared the crap out of my mom and why she had gotten nightmares, and I was worried of getting nightmares too. Did I end up getting nightmares? No, I did not, but still, you'll know how I end up watching that once I get there, so just... Yeah, I've heard about these movies, never piqued my interest until I decided to check out Alien Covenant, because I saw the first teaser trailer that was released on Christmas Day around 2016. Now, I'm not a massive fan of the Alien movies. Technically, these are not my cup of tea. But with Alien Romulus, well, it was, like, still, with Alien Romulus being out, I figured, you know what? Time to check out the other movies. And, yeah, I started watching them around August 1st. And thank God I've taken notes on Letterboxd. But, you won't be seeing my face throughout this entire video, as I'm going to display images while I just read over my notes. So yeah, I would say I was nervous watching this movie, but knowing how this movie is an old-ass movie, I figured I would have been fine, which, yeah, I was fine, because I didn't find it entirely scary, but definitely thrilling most of all, as I could see why Aliens is in the category for classic movies of all time, like Jurassic Park or Back to the Future, Jaws, or Terminator. But while most folks are like giving this a 10 out of 10, like, oh, this is the greatest movie of all time and all that, it's one of my favorites and all that, me, I was like, not bad. It was alright. Then again, I did not grow up watching a bunch of movies that were out in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I mainly had watched movies like Monster House or Marvel movies, and mainly DreamWorks and Disney movies. But still though, now being older, I am checking out movies that are like out of my comfort zone, which I guess is a nice change of pace. But I remember my mom telling me how these movies had scared her, which I guess the one movie she saw was Alien vs. Predator, not the actual Alien movies, but I guess that was enough to, like, give her nightmares. As I think I recall her telling me that she would be worried of, like, a snake crawling up to her, which I'm assuming she's referring the face huggers, which, oh, God, I don't want to come near those things. Those things crawl like spiders, and, oh, God. Now, also, something I've come to realize while watching these movies, whoever's been creating them, they got a dirty mind, like, for example, the xenomorph head looks like a freaking Okay, that was off topic, but, I will say this. I was surprised that the alien was barely in this movie, but the xenomorph definitely had a presence. Also, that whole twist of Ash being a freaking robot threw me off guard. I'm like, oh my God, okay. This was unexpected, but this was clearly a major setup for, like, later movies, which definitely kind of pays off in the third one. Or in the fourth one? I don't know. I definitely like the small cast, especially Ripley, and thank freaking God that cat wasn't killed off. But overall, I give Alien an 8 out of 10. I expect that Aliens will be in the category of greatest sequels of all time, like The Dark Knight or Terminator 2 Judgment Day. But yeah, I didn't grow up watching these movies. I don't have like the same nostalgia or like feeling that everyone has where like, oh, I hold this dear to my heart, and like just, again, I didn't grow up watching these movies, and which obviously no, because I was too young to watch it. Plus, I didn't have interest, but I could see why they would, well, I could slightly see why, but just mainly for like, oh, yeah, I could see why it's in that category, but me, I don't see myself being like a massive fan of the Alien movies until I end up checking out Aliens 2. As I expected, Aliens is a superior sequel to its predecessor, and man, did Ripley kick ass. I gotta say, I got Alien, but I enjoyed Aliens a lot more. James Cameron directed the absolute out of this movie. While it does have its sci-fi horror elements, this is definitely one of the best sci-fi action movies I've seen, from the 1980s, of course. But what carried this movie was just Ripley herself and the relationship she ended up having with this little girl named Rebecca, or Newt. But I enjoyed Bill Paxton's character as well, and Bishop was probably an MVP for this movie. Overall, I enjoyed most of the characters, except for Burke. Screw that guy. Why do I always gotta like characters that end up turning bad? But the final battle with Ripley versus the Xenomorph Queen was epic to watch, so I gotta give Aliens like a straight up 10 out of 10. So yeah, with Alien, I thought that was like, it was not bad, not bad. Aliens, okay, alright, okay, yeah, okay. I can see why they're scary, but they're not bad. Okay, I may become a fan after watching Aliens, which, yeah, I basically got into the series a little bit more, having watched Aliens, so yeah, I dug the first two, mainly like the second one more than the first, so I expect that nothing will go downhill once I check out Aliens 3 and 4, which I'm totally not being sarcastic about, knowing how these got some pretty nasty scores on Rotten Tomatoes. Also, one last thing I shall say. Ripley sure had a good night's rest, as she was, I don't know, asleep for 57 freaking years. Like, I couldn't believe that it had been 57 years later after the first movie. Like, Jesus Christ. Also, I was getting heavy Avatar vibes from this movie, and it's probably because it's directed by the same dude that brought us the first two Avatar movies, and is going to bring us the next three Avatar movies, as, this series will be concluded by 2031, and I'll be like, what? 25 around 2031. So can't wait for Avatar Fire and Ash next year. Alright, just to get it out of the way, I am aware that not many people enjoyed the last two Alien movies, so I figured, okay, they're probably gonna be, like, not as great as the first two, but I'm sure I could like them. I mean, like, what could go wrong for number 3? It can't be that bad for me. I was so freaking wrong. 7 minutes into the movie, I could not believe they had killed off Newt from the last movie, making it entirely pointless for Ripley just to save her from all those xenophases. Xenomorphs, sorry. I got that completely mixed. Damn, xenophases and xenomorphs. Got similar but different names. But 7 minutes in, I gave it a 0 out of 10. 1.5 stars on Letterboxd. as soon as they had killed off Ripley. I'm like, are you kidding me? I could not believe they did that! Now, honestly, that was not my final rating because, like, as soon as I was just watching it, I immediately just went to Letterboxd real quick and just gave my rating. But I knew that it was going to change as I wasn't even done watching the movie. But not only did this movie ruin Aliens for me, but, like, that whole opening scene seriously pissed me the hell off. But after I had watched Chris Stuckman's video on Alien 3, I had appreciation for it, knowing some of the details on why the movie had sucked, unfortunately. So my rating for it is like between a 3.5 or a 4.5 out of 10. But yeah, with that being said, I could say that this is the worst, but something tells me that Alien 4 is really the worst one. But I don't hate it because there were some ideas in here, and I can already picture how this movie could have turned out if they had changed some stuff here and there. Or more importantly, how they could have had Newt and Nick's alive and not killed off. I don't know. I'm overall pissed off with how this movie had opened up with Newt's death and how that had ruined Aliens for me. And that rescuing her was just entirely pointless. There were some characters I liked. Sadly, most of them had died. But overall, I was disappointed with Alien 3. And I might have slightly remembered seeing Ripley die, especially from a chestburster when I watched Dead Meat's Kill Count for this movie. But I will say this, what does intrigue me the most about these Alien movies is the company that so badly want these xenomorphs. I almost said xenofaces. Oh god, that's gonna be tricky just to not get mixed up. But still though, so yeah, there's this company, I forgot what they're called exactly, but they're eager, if that's the right word. So they just basically want this organism of the xenomorph, as they consider it to be the perfect organism, which they have got to be high on crack, just thinking that this is the perfect organism. But yeah, the company wants to bring this alien organism alive so they can weaponize it or whatever they want to do with it. That would basically be bad news. I mean, if they brought back the alien xenomorph successfully, Earth would be freaking screwed. I mean, if they did brought back the alien xenomorph successfully, Earth would be freaking screwed, but these guys don't care and are just total dumbasses, because that's what humans are at the end of the day. Total dumbasses. So when you think about it, the xenomorphs aren't the villains in these alien movies. It's really the damn company that wants these xenomorph species that is so not gonna end well either way. And of course, they got what they wanted by the next movie, which would be Alien Resurrection, which, I gotta say, I off topic, I feel like if a movie title has the tagline Resurrection in its subtitle, that is just a red flag, and just like, I just feel like that's like a curse for movies, because most movies that have the title Resurrection, they're either mid or just not great. That's just how I've seen it from The Matrix Resurrection or Halloween Resurrection and Alien Resurrection. Word of advice, don't add the Resurrection title into your movie, because that you're basically gonna ruin it. And thankfully, Goosebumps Season 1 dodged a bullet, because that originally was going to be titled Goosebumps Resurrection. But back to topic. So, at first, I thought Alien Resurrection was better than Alien 3, but after saying my thoughts on it and watching Chris Stuckman's review on this film, this movie is a total abomination. But Winona Ryder carried this movie for me, which is why my rating is a bit higher with a 5 out of 10. But man, I was surprised that I got to see how it all played out when the company finally got their xenomorph aliens after cloning Ripley, who, not gonna lie, Ripley was just weird as hell in this movie, and I was surprised that she somehow had xenomorph DNA in her. Okay, cool. That's cool to know. Now, I had fun with Alien 4, but I can definitely see why this is the worst Alien movie in the series, but oh my god, that mutated alien newborn? Jesus, that is one ugly mother. Now, I don't know what else to say about Alien 4 other than that I kind of had dumb fun with it. Ripley was not Ripley in this movie. Then again, she's a clone, so yeah. And like I said, Winona Ryder carried this movie. And yeah, Alien 1 and 2 are 10 times better than whatever the hell Alien 3 and 4 had turned out. Not gonna lie, I wish they had ended this series with Alien 3. Sure, that movie wasn't great. Definitely had potential that was wasted, but with how Ripley had died, I felt like that was kind of like a banger way for her to go. Also, one more thing. I can now see why this movie is titled Resurrection, which, okay, I'll say this. This movie earned its title to have Resurrection because it's the resurrection of Ripley, who I was wondering how they're going to bring her back, knowing how she died in the last movie. But that's where the series had ended for the Alien movies. I heard we were supposed to get Alien 5, but that was canceled, and I'm pretty sure that would retcon Alien 3 and 4, where we would have seen Newt and Nix alive, and I don't know much details, but having to watch a couple of videos, I had saw some stuff about them, like, oh my god, we could have had that! Why could we not have had that? But they did pick up on the series around like 2012 with a prequel for Alien, which was called Prometheus? Oh my god. I was pronouncing this word correctly like 3 months ago, and now I can't remember how it's pronounced. I swear it's Prometheus. There we go, that's the word. But with that being said, those are just my thoughts on Alien 1 to 4. Again, the first two are better, last two are absolute stinkers. Although I'm back and forth on which one is the worst, whether it's Alien 3 or Alien 4. But yeah, those are just my thoughts with Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. Be sure to let me know the thoughts comments down below on all 4 films and which one is your favorite. For me, I have to go with Aliens because that movie was awesome. And I guess I shall see you all for part 2, which would be my review for Predator 1 to 4, which technically I should save that for next November when we get Predator Badlands in theaters, which actually, we are getting 2 Predator movies next year, so that's exciting. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.